everyone, I hope you're well. I'm missing all of you, I'm missing all my swimmers a lot. I've been putting off doing this video for a couple of weeks now, hoping that I can come to you with a little bit of information about the season ahead. But as of today, there is still really nothing new to report in terms of what's going to take place in the season. They have listed some tentative dates for elite level swimming galas, and I suspect that these will be delayed further because I don't think we're going back too soon to allow us enough time to prepare our elite athletes. In short of what I'm envisaging of the rest of the season, I think we're going to be looking at a very, very condensed and short season that is going to focus more around elite level swimming. And on that note, if we think the season is going to be too short, that it's really not going to be worthwhile our younger swimmers actually registering this year, we're going to let you know and potentially put off competitive swimming this season, especially for our youngest and our newest swimmers. We'll keep you up to date on that. As soon as there's more information available, I will absolutely get it out to you. In the meantime though, I want to just give a quick short video on competitive swimming and what it's all about. We were meant to have a meeting just before lockdown as it started, and we never got to that. So this is that meeting. What I'm going to suggest that you do is that if after this video you've got any questions at all, please can I ask you to email them through to me, and then I'll do a frequently asked questions video to follow up with this. Both of these videos will be posted on the YouTube channel and the link will be sent out by WhatsApp. You can then go through this video as many times as you like to get an idea of what to expect. Firstly, what is competitive swimming? Very quickly, it's basically all the clubs locally getting together, racing each other during the course of the season, which culminates in a national level event at the end of the season. Whether you're the youngest and weakest of the swimmers to the oldest and the top level swimmers, there will be a competition at the end of the season for you. Up until that point, it's a lot of local competitions, inter-club, and just against the swimmers. Generally, people want to know, why should they do competitive swimming? What is the point? Why would we do it? And there's a number of reasons. Firstly, it's such a lot of fun. All the training we do, going up and down, getting our strokes right, it's got to be for something. And competitive swimming allows your child to show off their swimming year round and have some fun competition at the same time. Secondly, it really benefits them when they come to their school term and they've been racing all year. They have less disqualifications, they usually know more what to do, they can step up on the block with a lot more confidence than the kids that are only swimming at school level. So from that perspective, we really recommend it as well. It's also got far more reaching benefits for the long run, and those things I'll talk into as they get older and older, but they include scholarships to high schools and colleges, opportunities in America, and more. And on a more personal note, I really felt that swimming developed my self-discipline and my work ethic, and it's something that I think I've carried with me long past my last few laps in the pool. So I really believe it helps a swimmer or a child become a very well balanced person, a very hard-working person, and I think the benefits are further reaching than just what they achieve in the pool. But on the other side of it, it really is a lot of fun. I'd love to see the team grow even more. We're about 50 or 60 strong each year, so you can imagine we have a great time at the pool at competitions. There are a number of different types of galas, and this is quite important for you to understand. It's not just one type of gala. The first and very important are age group galas. Something to note about age group galas is that they are not actually swum in age groups, they swum in an open category, and they are seeded according to time, not according to age group. These are hosted by KZN Aquatics, and it is mandatory that we all do 2 per season. I'm sure that will be lifted for this season, but usually it is mandatory to do 2 age group galas per season, and it's important that you just take note of when you're doing them. We usually try to attend 3 to 4 as a club so that you've got a couple to choose from in a year. The second type of galas are private galas. These are hosted by swimming clubs themselves. For example, Westville Swim Club hosts one called TYR Sprints. Seals sponsors one as well. Basically, a lot of the clubs host these galas. They're a lot of fun. We try to attend these because there's a lot of prizes, there's medals, kids have a lot of fun, and they're generally very well run. These are within age groups, and swimmers can then compete against kids of the same age. The next level of galas after this is provincial galas. Qualifying times are required in order to swim for provincial galas. They're usually in December or January. KZN Premier Champs is for the stronger swimmers, level 3 and above. And then there's a KZN level 2 champs for swimmers with level 2 times, and a KZN level 1 champs for those who do not have level 2 times that are a bit weaker than that. The next level up from that is regional swimming, regional galas. Level 2 and level 3 swimmers, if you get a qualifying time at that level, there will be a regional tournament held for you at the end of the season, usually in March or April. And finally, we have national level competitions, which is for our strongest swimmers. This would be our junior national tournaments and our senior and youth national tournament, which is obviously nationwide. These are generally held in April. To be a competitive swimmer, there are a number of different things that one would have to do. In order to swim galas, you first have to register to a club that is affiliated to KZN Aquatics. Aquazone is a member of KZN Aquatics. You then have to register to KZN Aquatics itself. Registrations are usually done at the start of the season in May, and you are required to fill out a few forms and make a payment. More details will be sent as soon as we have those for the new season. And obviously at this stage we are not sure when the new season will start. Some galas have further requirements for eligibility, specifically regional, provincial and national meets. These requirements are: firstly, a qualifying time at the level of tournament you wish to swim at. For example, if you are trying to qualify for level 2 regional, your child would need to have at least one qualifying time for that level. Secondly, level 2 swimmers, so swimmers wanting to swim at level 2 regionals, have to have done one 200 meter medley in the season. Level 3 swimmers and above have to have done 2 200 medleys during the season. All swimmers, in order to be eligible for provincial, regional and national meets, must have done 2 age group galas each season. How do the age groups work? That's a question that we often asked. For all of our galas, it is the age that the child is on the first day of the competition. So if it's a one-day meet, whatever age they are, when they wake up that morning is the age that they will swim in at that gala. If it's a 3-day meet, it's their age on the very first day of the gala. Usually the age groups are combined, 8 and under, 9 to 10, 11 to 12. Occasionally it's slightly different. And there's also some galas where they swim in their own specific age group, 10 years old, for example. Regional level competitions and national level competitions are in their particular age group, they're not combined age groups, but generally all other competitions are combined age groups. Qualifying times. Our qualifying times can be found on our website. It's important to note that there are 2 different types of qualifying times. There are qualifying times for the 50-meter pool, and then there are qualifying times for the 25-meter pool. These can be converted interchangeably between the 2 distances, but it's important to know that both sets of times exist. In order to swim at provincial level and regional level, certain qualifying times must be met. Level 2 is the lowest time standard, so if you're wanting to swim at level 2 regionals, you need to have qualified under the level 2 criteria. The same for level 3, the same for junior nationals, and then our senior national qualifying times as well. How to enter a gala. This is really important information. All gala entries are done through your club. You never go directly to KZN Aquatics. It's done through your club, through the gala secretary, which is myself and Kaylee. We will always send out gala information about 2 to 3 weeks before the gala is due to take place. From there, we ask you guys to fill in a form online saying that you either are or are not available for the gala. Sometimes we'll request that you choose particular events for your child, but usually we will select the events and we simply need you to RSVP. There's always going to be a time limit on the amount of time you have to RSVP. We've got a closing date for every single event. We ask, please, that you do get your entries through before the closing date. It creates a lot of additional admin if we have to redo our entries when we get late entries. So please make note of the late entry date, the closing of the entries, and make sure your entries are in before that time. Once we have received all the entries, we consolidate them, and we send them to you for checking. If you're happy with your entries, you don't need to reply. If you see a mistake or you have a suggestion as to an event you'd like your child to swim, please respond immediately. We usually give about 24 hours for any changes to be made. From there, the club handles everything. We send them through to KZN and we will send you the invoice for the cost of the entries. One of the questions I'm asked a lot is, do I have to swim every single gala? And the answer is a resounding no. In fact, we discourage it. We don't think kids should be swimming more than one gala per month, otherwise it becomes a little bit too much for them, especially the younger kids who are participating in a number of different other sports. So yeah, we recommend one per month. Often the galas are 2 to 3 days long, sometimes even longer. And with the smaller kids, again, we recommend select one day if they're not up for more than one day, even a half day, come in for a morning. Whatever you think they can manage, that's what we encourage. Less than one a month, they're going to forget what they've learned at previous galas, so we do try to get some continuity going with them swimming around about one gala per month. Rules of galas. There's no hard and fast rules, but something that is quite important to us is warm-up time. We specifically start at a particular time. We have a really large group of swimmers to get through, so we usually have our juniors coming in first and our seniors coming through second. If you're not on time for warm-up, it doesn't afford us the opportunity to work with your child just before the gala, and we have to ask them to go and warm up on their own, which for a new and a young swimmer, that's really not ideal. So we really do ask that you respect the time frame that we give and arrive on time for galas. Disqualifications, these do take place, sadly, and it's very disappointing for our young swimmers. But it's imperative that you as parents, if you have a dispute about this, that you never ever take it yourself to an official. It again needs to be directed through the club team manager or through the club coach. So if you do disagree with a disqualification and you'd like to bring that to our attention, come directly to the coach. Please do not approach anyone on the pool deck. Timekeeping. This is something that has to happen at every single gala. We require 2 timekeepers per lane, as well as a number of officials around the pool deck. And this is done by the parents. We have a very small committee of KZN officials, and they cannot do it without the parents. So it has been a requirement for quite some time now that every child has a parent that does timekeeping. You don't have to timekeep every single gala, but it is mandatory for you to do the course and to be involved in timekeeping throughout the season. Usually, if everybody does their part, you'll have to timekeep about 3 to 4 times per season, which isn't too much. If it interests you or your child is climbing the ranks, we really encourage you to sign up to become an official and to do the officials course. Lastly, on rules. We ask as coaches, let us do our job. Let the coaches coach and the parents parent. Be there to support and love your child regardless of their results, and let us do the part where we give feedback and advice. A lot of people ask about the costs. It's an important question, and it's especially important this year. It is an expensive sport, there's no question. The cost to join KZN annually is around about R1,000 per year, and it probably will go up for the new season. That's why if we think the season's going to be too short or not worth it for our young swimmers, we're going to definitely advise you to give this season a miss. Registration to the club is R520 a year at the moment to be a part of our competitive team. Again, this is an annual fee that does increase. Kit. There are obviously kit requirements. This can be ordered online. We do need the kids to each have a t-shirt at the very least and the club swim cap. The rest is at your discretion. Each gala also has a fee attached to it. Both has a registration fee for the swimmer to just participate at all, and then there are entry fees per event. These can range anywhere from R15 to R80 per event, and anywhere from about R20 to R50 per child. There are also always entry fees for parents and spectators to come and watch the gala, just so you're aware, and generally they'll sell a program at the door, which we do recommend that you buy. Again, these really range. Some galas they're a bit cheaper, maybe R20, and sometimes they can go as much as R100. We'd like you to really consider budgeting for the season ahead. There's also the added cost of traveling at the end of the season to the regional or the national tournament. We highly recommend doing this. Even if it's your child's first year, it's a lot of fun. We really get to know each other as a team at these events, but they do come at a cost. So please give it some thought. Please put it in your budget if you can. Lastly, if you've got any questions, like I said at the beginning, please just drop me an email, let me know what they are, and I'm going to follow up this video with a list of questions and answers that I got asked a lot. Thanks guys, I really hope to see you soon. It's been far too long away from the pool, but stay well, God bless.